last time.
There we go.
We're back then, Denise?
Yes, so I'm just recording to this computer. I don't like doing it, but it'll be all right for the remainder.
All right, so we then have this motion that staff will proceed with the report and prepare a revisement for us. Anyone opposed? It is carried. Now, we will move on to a recommendation that barn building and construction be awarded the contract for the demolition and framing and installation of accessible doors at the municipality of Central Manitoulin Welcome Center at a total price of $60,512.30 exclusive of HSD. And as we had already heard, that we did get a grant to look after that. Okay, Rose?
I'll second that, Mr. Mayor.
And Derek. Any comments, questions?
I do.
Yeah.
It's my fault. I had an opportunity to ask some questions. But I'd like to know how many doors there is.
Two, Denise?
No, I think there's four.
Is there four?
No, I thought there's,
Sorry, this is Rose.
sorry, hold on, Rose.
Yeah, I believe there are 5 doors in total that are being changed. There's 2 bathroom doors, the main door in the front, which is 2 doors, and then 1 to the back.
So they're all being accessible then?
Yes.
Okay. I was thinking it was just going in and then the 2 bathroom doors, okay. And further?
Is that government regulations? I thought, like, if you have a building, not all doors have to be accessible.
Well, you would have to have the 2 bathrooms, the main door.
You'd have to have, you don't have to have both bathrooms accessible. Just have to have one bathroom, I believe, in a building.
Only if it's a universal.
Yeah, it'd be universal. That's how they're all going now with accessibility. You wouldn't double up a bathroom if you can do it universal.
But I don't believe there is a universal bathroom there. The male bathroom, female bathroom.
Yes, it's a men's bathroom and a woman's bathroom.
Either put the accessible doors on the 2 doorways that are there, or you build a whole new universal one.
Yeah, I sort of question on the need for 5 doors myself.
These are covered by grants.
Yeah, well, it is covered by grant, but still tax dollars.
Okay, any further questions? Anyone opposed? It is carried. All right, we need to approve the Wags Family Historical Sign and the accessible trails sign as included in the appendix to the March 10th, 26 minutes for installation along the Wags Woods Trail. It's on that trail.
Yeah.
What are they telling us there, Brian?
More signs,
So we,
very nice signs that have got some,
and did we budget for this, or is this?
No, this is budgeted. We
Yeah.
actually 3 phases of signage
yeah,
to go in on that trail. This is phase 1.
Oh, phase 1.
Okay? Yes.
Yeah, and if you see the pictures of the proposed signs, they're actual historical information on the Wags family, so I'll make this motion.
So Derek is good with it. Seconder,
Yeah,
Rose? Comments, questions? Phase one,
the trail committee is, even though I sit on the trail committee, they're very methodical. And it's stages, so they know they have X number of dollars. Then they'll go out to consultants and all that and get the right one, and then it goes back out to the WAG family for consulting and all that, so. They're very good, I think both signs are gonna be very accurate, so.
well, it's good. Anyone opposed? That one is carried. And we want to recommend to council that staff be directed to advertise for additional trail committee members on the municipal website and social media. Rose
I'll second that.
and Linda. Comments, questions?
No.
Anyone opposed? It's always good to get new members in our committees. That is carried. And we need to provide a donation of $600 to the Quilters Guild, which represents 75 cents per rental for the, pardon?
$75.
What did I say?
Cents.
Oh, okay. On the wrong side. Remaining 8 rentals of 2026.
Somewhere, Councillor Stevens.
I'll second Dale Scott.
Thanks, guys. Comments, questions on that donation?
Councillor Stevens here. I'm glad the council can support a group like this. They do good work in this, the whole island, like not just this municipality. People are burnt out, have accidents, or whatever. They're there, they present quilts, not that they've made, to these families. And, they don't get any money for it. It's all volunteer, it's all donated. It's all ladies that just have a liking of quilting and get together and quilt. Sort of dear to my heart because my mother-in-law, she was quite the quilter and fairly famous in all the fairs around here. And I had a grandmother that you could barely visit, Richard's mother, that every time you turned around, you could barely get around in the apartment because it was full of quilts and quilt frames and everything else. She just loved her quilting. So I'm glad that we could support this group, and I think it's a really good group, and I hope and wish them all the best of luck.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're a small group and they're getting older and their priority is not to do a whole bunch of fundraising. And so they quilt and they give to the fire department, they give to victims of emergency and fire blankets and quilts, so they don't have a large budget. So when the fees were increased, and I'm in favor too, like Derek says, that they get a reduction and they're able to continue to use our community center rather than look somewhere else to go. So, I'm very happy that they're happy and we can accommodate them.
anyone else? Anyone opposed? It is carried.
I believe these next 5 motions are the motions that Councillor Scott has declared in your interest on. So did you wanna exit the chamber? Councillor Scott?
I'll do what your suggestion is, whatever you.
Well, if you just wanna wait up there while they discuss the 5, then you can come back in after that.
Okay. Go see if I can read a book. Library open?
No, but you can find a book to read it.
Okay. All right, we will proceed with these next five motions, all dealing with the Central Manitoulin Lions Club and the homecoming weekend. The first one is that the 2026 Lions Homecoming Week and Manitoulin Rib Fest be designated as a festival of municipal significance.
So moved, Counselor Stevens.
I'll second it.
And Brian. Comments, questions? Anyone opposed? It is carried. And we also have a want that the Central Manitoulin Lions Club be permitted to use the B-ball field as a licensed area for the duration of the 26th Lions Homecoming Weekend and Manitoulin Rib Fest as an amendment to the municipal's alcohol policy bylaw 2026-10.
I'll make that motion.
Thanks, Brian.
Counselor Stevens will second it.
And Eric. Comments, questions, anyone opposed? It is carried. And we need to permit the Central Manitoulin Lions Club to use the Mindamoy Arena tables and chairs outdoors for the dining areas during the 26th Lions Homecoming Weekend and Rib Fest.
So moved, Counselor Stevens.
Rose and Derek. Comments, questions? Anyone opposed? It is carried. And we need to provide an in-kind donation to the Central Manitoulin Lions Club in the amount of $1,425, representing 50% of the facility rental fees for the 2026 Lions Homecoming Weekend and Rib Fest.
So moved, Counselor Stevens.
Seconder? Anybody?
John will second that for you from there.
Thanks, John. Comments, questions? Anyone opposed? It is carried. And last but not least, we need to provide a donation of $1,000 to the Central Manitoulin Lions Club for children's activities for the 26th Lions Homecoming Weekend and Rib Fest.
So moved, Counselor Stevens.
I'll second.
And Derek and Linda. Comments, questions? Anyone opposed?
Just a quick question on that.
Just a minute. Okay.
The previous motion there, it was like $1,400, but it was also in kind there, right? Correct? To
Yes.
a total of what, 5,000?
Total of $5,095.
Eh?
$5,095.
5,000, so plus now we're giving them another $1,000, so we're basically making a donation of $6,000.
No, when you talk
Is it?
about 5,000, that was the amount in kind and with the garbage and everything that was total for 2025. This year it's 1,425 for the rental. The $1,000 for the children's activities, plus the estimated for the garbage is around 2,500. So altogether, it's still around the same amount as last year.
Right,
The 5,000.
Okay,
right, thanks.
I'll carry it.
Anyone opposed? Carried. Back just in time for our last motion.
No, there's 3 more after this.
Oh, that's right, sorry about that. All right, we have a year-to-date expense report that we need to approve of the property committee dated February the 28th, 26.
I'll make that,
Linda
maybe something. else.
and Dale. Comments, questions on that report? Anyone opposed? If is carried. Okay, we have no unfinished business, no communications, we have new business, and under new business, we have 3 notices of motion. And we will deal with them as they stand.
This council wishing an explanation on, the rescinding portion, because I mean, it's something new, it's not part of our current procedural bylaw. I had to go to the House of Commons to, get their procedures, which our bylaw defaults to. So if anybody wants to have any specific explanation on how motions are rescinded and what is the implications of rescinding a motion, I can do that now if you'd like. Sure. Okay, well, in my previous report, we had talked about 2 things, reconsiderations and rescinding. Reconsiderations basically put the issue back on the table and allows you to rediscuss it. It's as if the motion had not passed, and you get to then figure out whether you want to pass it, fail it, amend it, or defer it at that time. Rescinding is different. Rescinding basically brings the motion back to basically a failed motion. So it is as if the motion had not passed in the first place. There is no further discussion of the motion. Any further discussion on the topic needs to be reintroduced at committee level and discussed at committee level again. So, does anybody have any questions?
Is it a simple majority vote?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Motions to reconsider require the bringer of the motion to be part of the winning part of the argument. But motions to rescind, anybody on council can put forward a motion to rescind. And it is by simple majority.
Everybody clear?
No, but
And this will be a recorded vote,
If it's requested, it can be, but it's not automatically.
a request for recorded vote.
Okay.
All right, so we have a motion by Derek.
Oh,
We need a
sorry,
second.
one more thing. If the rescinding motion fails, this council cannot bring it back again. It can be brought back by a new council in the next term of council, but both motions of reconsideration and rescinding can only be brought once. Okay?
So our motion is that council motion 401-2025 be rescinded. Derek has made the motion and I need a second.
Okay, hold on, I'm just gonna read what that motion was, so everybody's clear on what that motion
Okay.
was. That motion. 401-2025, which was moved by Councillor Bastalan and seconded by Councillor DeVolt, was that the ice service in Providence Bay Arena no longer be funded effective November 2026, and that the equipment be decommissioned. So that is the motion that we're discussing to be rescinded.
But it's only gonna work if I get a second.
I'll second.
Dale's going to second that, so we have Derek.
There can be debate on the issue, however, there cannot be amendment to the motion.
Okay, so we have it on the floor. Anyone wish to speak to it? Derek?
The biggest problem with this motion that's been put forward is it was done too quickly. We've had a lot of public that have come forward. We've had groups that actually want to fundraise to keep this in place. And this is an issue that's gonna be dealt with by the new council. This council's on its way out, and the new council's the one that's going to be having to deal with how we're going to proceed with buildings in the municipality and everything else. I don't have a problem with the part of the motion that says we're not gonna fund ice. That a new council could deal with one way or the other. But the decommissioning of equipment ties the hands of any future council. Once that equipment is decommissioned, it would cost the municipality thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to ever be able to put ice back in that arena again. If we just shut it down the way we always shut it down, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But when you put the words in there, decommissioning, that's forever. And I don't think that this council on its way out should be tying the hands of future councils. And I think that the public has really spoke out that they want to be able to keep the ice to that arena, whether it's next year or the year after. They want to have the choice. So that's why I'm bringing this motion to rescind forward. And it still doesn't say that we can't talk about it. We have the report. It's going to staff. Staff can come back with recommendations. We have a motion coming up for a working committee that could be looking at that too. But I think this motion is too final. It really ties the hands of staff and the future councils. And I've never been able to support it, and I still can't support it. And I hope that council will reconsider this motion and we can work on it later on.
Anyone else? All right, we have called for a recorded vote. And I'm assuming that I'm not allowed to speak on this one, Denise, unless I put myself out in the hallway and talk to
Unless you
myself.
step down from the chair, yes.
Madam Deputy, are you willing to take the chair while I speak to this motion?
Actually, Richard, it's too late. You have to do it before the motion goes to the floor.
Oh, goodness, and I was just getting started. Anyways, we do have a motion on the floor. It has been recorded as, or asked to be a recorded vote. And we will start with you, John.
So,
So if you vote yes, that means you're voting in favor of rescind.
that's right.
Yes.
So the answer from me is no.
Rose,
No.
Dale,
Yes.
Linda,
No.
Brian,
No.
and Eric.
I'm in favor of the motion. Obviously, this council's not listening to the public.
All right, and does the mayor get to vote on this or not?
Have to.
No, it's not a tie. The motion's been defeated. There is no need for Richard to vote.
I thought when it was recorded, every member had to.
I used to think that too.
Only to break a tie.
No, if it's a recorded vote, everybody has to vote,
I think so.
tie or not.
Vote then, Richard.
Well, it's not gonna make any difference, but I'd would vote yes too, but. Original vote stands. All right. That one's dealt with. Now, if you can read motion 402/2025 to us, Denise, we'll see where we're going there.
402/2025, moved by Linda Parker, seconded by John Salen, that the Spring Bay Hall be closed at the end of the 2026 season with the direction to staff to research the concept of a community group, assuming care and control of the building.
Motion for that motion?
So there was the motion to rescind, so we had, Derek, being the first on it. Do we have a second to put it on the floor?
So put it on the floor.
And Dale. So we have the motion live. Anybody want to speak to it?
Once again, Mr. Mayor, I'll say the exact same thing. We have groups that have come forward that are fundraising now to fix that building. We're never given an opportunity or told or anything, but to find out they're closing it down without any foreknowledge. Now they're out there scrambling and trying to save that building. If that building is closed, where do members of the public vote? Where do they go for a warming center? It's hooked up so that a generator, the fire department can hook a generator up to it. How are we gonna get water to the fire hall? Because everything is in that there hall. What kind of cost is that going to be to drill new wells and everything else? We've never thought about all of this stuff. It's down on reports, and Tulloch Reports is one of our best buildings. It's handicap accessible. I don't understand the council is tying the hands of new council making these motions. All based out of a report that, as Dale and I have stated, had a lot of inconsistencies in it. And staff is going to have to go through now. So, once again, I think council needs to listen to the people that elected them and not tie the hands of new council.
Anyone else, Dale?
Yeah, I again think that this motion was premature. We've got a $5,000 budget to assess the structural components of the hall. And we haven't done that yet. So we don't know what this year in 26 or 27 costs will be to do some upgrades. We knew what the cost would be at Big Lake ahead of time, and we made our decision on financial decision. We don't have any financial data for Spring Bay Hall. So I think that we should step back from this motion, and if there's another motion to be made, fine, but personally, I want to see what the cost is in continuing to use the hall.
Be in our budget that we already have there,
Mhm.
which is about 35,000, I think, if I remember.
39.
Right.
I don't know, I'm not sure I can support this the way it is without knowing how much it's gonna cost to do the floor and repair the electrical and that. I think part of the issue, sorry, it was that the software or the means that we were collecting the rental fees wasn't as solid as it could have been, so the reflection of, I think it was like $2,000 per year rental fees for that hall for the last 4 or 5 years, might not be accurate. So, and then now that we have a software in place to track this rentals, even if it's rentals in kind or something like that, we're going to know a bit more. So, I'm more in favor of let's find out what the cost is to repair that hall before we shut it down. I love that hall. I mean,
It's got everything that you need.
it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Brian. Anyone else want to speak to that? Well, did you want this one recorded too? All right, we'll start on the other side of the table. Derek,
I'm in favor of the motion.
Brian,
Yes.
Linda,
No.
Dale,
Yes.
Rose,
No.
and John.
No.
And the mayor says yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4 say yes, and 3 say no. So that motion to rescind is carried. All right. Notice of motion by Brian Mitchell. And we have it here. To establish a working committee of council and public representation to review the recreational infrastructure of Central Manitoulin with the specific goal of downsizing the number of facilities. I presume you're making that, Brian?
I am making that motion, yeah.
Seconder?
I'll actually support that motion. Put it on the floor.
And Derek. Okay. Do you wanna give your views on why you want that, Brian?
Okay. The last, I don't know, years, I guess, but I'm just going on what I know. It's just been a fight between the communities. And everybody's very passionate. I don't blame them because, their parents, most of them, built those, structures. So I can see that, but I can also see by going to these meetings and listening that it's not gonna get solved. I mean, this has been a councils, not just one, but 3 or 4 that I know of since I've lived over here, and nothing has been determined. We know we have to go in a certain direction. We know we've got to streamline things, but we just don't seem to be able to do it. And if it involves politicians, good luck in getting a consensus. I'm sorry, but I mean, you see that everywhere. But anyway, but being the public is very passionate, and there are some very intelligent people in our community here. Let's harness that energy to a positive thing, and let's try and work together and come up with something that everybody's gonna be happy with. Now, I know this is not a short-term thing. We've gone down that road sometimes with other committees and all that, but the people that I've spoken to in the last month or so, I find them, well, they're intelligent enough to at least know that we have to do something. We can't stay here at this point. In order to maintain our service level, we've got to reduce our assets or figure out where there's more money coming from to support our assets. I mean, even the asset reviews that we've got says that we have to keep, or I think it's $3.4 million a year. I think that's what I heard anyway, from one of the reports. So, I mean, that's a lot of money for our municipality our size. So we have to do something. So that's the only thing I could think of, because otherwise we're just gonna keep spinning our tires.
And John?
I'm looking at this motion as a duplication of what we're trying to do already, or have approved and asked staff to look at the recreational infrastructure package and come up with a direction and a solution to move forward on that package. So now, Mr. Mitchell has proposed something of a similar nature to look at the same issues as far as buildings and as far as infrastructure, recreation committee. I believe this is a duplication of what we're already trying to push forward. So that's my comment.
I somewhat agree with you, John, because if you look at that motion that we asked staff to review the third line and the rest of our assets, then we're gonna have the same answer out of it. What's your thought, Brian? Is that
No, because we're not asking for public representation. Forgetting about that part, input from the public. We're asking staff.
You're right, that is an added.
Now, if you want to do that, then it's
No,
fine.
I agree. No, we'll let it sit there. Go ahead.
I think that this is a good idea. I just think it's a little premature. I think that once staff comes back with any recommendations and places we need to go, funding sources, stuff like that, then I think it's time to organize a group like this and look at our buildings from the public side, get the public input. I think that's what's happened in this whole process. We never got any public input. We just reacted. And public sure told us what was what. I mean, it's like closing the Minnemore Arena. By geez, you get a number of hockey parents and kids and the equipment and the whole 9 yards in here and yelling and screaming, and then we have to change course and do something else. We need to remember that the public put us here and the public is watching us and what we're doing. And we need to be able to engage the public. And I like this idea, Brian. I just think it's just a touch premature. I'd rather wait until staff comes back with a report for us and then proceed to this idea. So that'd be my comments, Mr. Mayor.
I just a comment, in order to be able to provide decent and relevant information, any committee that gets struck needs to have time. So we've got a motion on the books that staff is going to look at it, and staff will look at it over the next month or two. But it takes a month to strike a committee. By the time you advertise, review the people who have requested to be on it, a month is gone. And then by the time you have your first meeting and give all the information that's required for them to even start to look at the issue, you know, the financial reports, the structural reports, all of that, that's another good month of reading. So even before this group can intelligently talk about the issue that they're going to be debating, we're going to need to at least have a 2 to 3 month lead to allow them to get up to speed with all the information that they need. And by then, staff can have a chance to look at the report, prepare their report. So by waiting for staff report, you are pushing everything back by probably 2 to 3 months. Because any standing committee, or I mean, any ad hoc committee of public and council, especially the public portion, will need time to be able to ingest all the information that's needed.
And we only have about 6 months.
That's right. So, I mean, I agree with Councillor Mitchell that the public needs to be brought in on these decisions. They need to see, they need to be part of these decisions, but they also are going to need a fairly good lead time in order to be able to make any recommendations. And remember, July is an off month, so we don't meet during July. So that ties our hands for at least 1 more month. So I'm sorry to disagree with you about this not being the time. These need to be done well in advance so that everybody has time to, and it's not a hurried and rushed decision.
Well, we've had all of these structures around for all of these years, and a month or two isn't, give or take. I'd far rather take the time that we need to do it right, rather than make rash decisions, so. I don't think we need 2 groups doing the same job.
Well, these aren't 2 groups. One's public and council and the other is staff. 2 totally separate groups.
Yeah.
Staff will look at the issue, we'll come up with a report, but the committee that this is formed is council and the public. Because staff's not going to make this decision. So there is no overlapping of groups. We are the information providers and you are the decision makers. And given the public's input on this already to this point in time, I think it would be not in the municipality's best interest to not involve the public in these deliberations and these choices. I think they need to be brought in and, there might not be as much negative impact on the community if the community themselves are involved in these decisions.
Anybody else? Rose?
Oh, it's a good idea. I agree, Derek. And you know what? Problem is that we can't even get the Lions Club from Prague, join the one from Mindemoy, put them together. Can't get the curling club from Prague to Mindemoy together. Like, I'm just not sure how it's all much work. Sorry, Brian. Put your rosy covered glasses on, perfect. Anyway, that's all I have to say.
I'm not a defeatist.
My thought is that the people elected us to make these decisions. We're trying to make them. And that whatever decision we make, they should feel that we have did our best and it should be up to us. I don't think we will get anywhere by having a public committee. All I have to say.
Well, we've got a motion in front of us. I don't know that we're solving whether we need it or not, but Dale, did you have a comment?
Yeah, it was, Brian, you're specifically stating for the recreational infrastructure and the goal of downsizing the number of facilities. You're not considering other facilities, other buildings to downsize, just the two arenas, the recreational.
No, I think your halls are part of the recreational, comes under that dome too, look now. I know we got a lot of halls, but gee, it boggles my mind sometimes, I just sit here and think about it. The municipality is so split. I mean, she got 3 different, and they're all independent, and all brought together by amalgamation, which started the mess.
So I guess my question was, when you state recreational infrastructure, you don't mean just the two arenas?
No, I think that we need to focus on the 2 arenas first. And I think that mandate will be a big one for the committee.
And the only other is that we really haven't had a public forum for the infrastructure document yet. We've had a public forum for the motion to,
Accept it.
right. But I don't think we've heard good input from the public. Now, I don't think we should go that route until we hear from staff, obviously. But
Mr. I'd like to address you, Dale, just for a second. We did have a public meeting a couple of years ago with the rec committee that was formed and the wonderful arena they were bringing up. And meeting, what was it about? Negative.
yeah, no, it was a different document altogether.
But it was still the same idea. It was still gonna cost us some money and nobody was in favor of it either. So,
Well, that was what, 3 years, 4 years ago?
and they did a wonderful job, I thought.
Well, okay, we're back to this motion. This is the one that we're gonna finalize here. And we've heard from everybody now, so I guess we'll I'm gonna ask for a recorded vote because everybody seems to be going in different directions right here. So I'm not gonna be the moderator of that, so we'll start off with Derek. We got a motion here that says that we establish a working committee of council and public representatives to review the recreational infrastructure of Central Manitoulin with the specific goal of downsizing the number of facilities.
I was elected by the people to represent the people, so I think the people should be involved in the decision making, so I think I have to support the motion. Even though I think it is a little premature, but I support the motion.
Brian,
Yeah, I support the motion.
Linda,
No,
Dale,
no, I think it's premature in light that the staff is going to be doing, the same type of, research. And, I'm not opposed to a committee, but I'd like to see it, after we hear from staff.
Rose,
Well, I meant that, and I agree with you, but, sorry, Brian.
John,
No.
and the mayor says no. I agree that we need to do one thing at a time. The first one is to have staff bring this thing into perspective, but then we're able to move forward in unison rather than in two different directions. All right. I think that's it, is it, Denise? Can we go home now?
And then adjourn.
All we need is that big thing called, no, confirming bylaw. John
I'll second it.
and Rose. Anyone opposed? It's carried. Now adjourn.
I'd be happy to adjourn.
Thank you, Dale.
Second.
John. Okay, we are adjourned. Go ahead.